Welcome to the first episode of Stranded Deep stream here, and today we're going to be jumping in. I've already got a game going here, day 17. It's my furthest slot so far. Just trying out Stranded Deep. So far, pretty good game. Pretty mellow, pretty relaxing. I'm just going to jump right into it here, see where I left off. So this is the first episode of recorded and streaming going on. Finally successfully able to get this going. Fortunately wasn't able to set up the stream and record when I first got into the game. Honestly guys, if you think about actually trying out this game, I do recommend it. It's pretty fun if you're more into survival games. Not too complicated to figure out. Honestly, if you got questions, feel free to message on the contacts. And let's see what we got here. Alright, so I do already have a little building shack here going on. And this is probably the third or fourth island that I have explored, I believe. Oh no, seventh. But honestly, I've found a pretty good island here. It's pretty nice. It's got some decent shade thanks to the cliffs, and due to the fact that I now have a hut here, I'll definitely be able to get some SPF protection. So far pretty good when it comes down to plant life and everything else like that, so I've been able to get some lashings going. Just freaking amount of young palms everywhere. So far cleared out any threats, so there was aboard 2 night snakes here, but went ahead and took care of those. And so far, yeah, this is where we are at. I decided to kind of make this home base, take steps on this island a little further than previous ones. Kind of see I got my little semi-chaotic organized piles here going on with the shelter and whatnot. This is the raft that we have constructed so far. As you can see, kind of left some lip here. Honestly, if you think about doing a raft, this is honestly one of the better designs that I have come across. Don't have to use 4 sides, you can stick with 3, but it does kind of limit when it comes down to storage space. So right now I'm able to fit, I think, about 5 of these bad boys, 6 of these bad boys, if once I have one for here, into the spaces here. But honestly, this is a lot of work if you're trying to build a raft, but it's probably one of the higher priority things if you're thinking about going into this game. Once you've got your tutorial done, which is pretty much going to walk you through how to make the shelter, basically how to hunt by killing a crab. It's going to have you make the campfire basic, load that up with some wood, start a kindle, start a fire. This is one of the most important things that you will actually need at least one on each island that you come across or decide to venture into and explore. Water stills are going to be your best friend when it comes down to getting drinks, things like that. As you can see, boom, get water just like that. It does not take much, however you will burn up some of your palm trees when it comes down to the palm fronds. So if you can find at least some type of, I'd say, fibrous leaves, so young palms, palm fronds, those are going to be great when it comes down to this. Honestly, the only type of fuel you can use, so little Captain Obvious there, but just throwing it out for anyone who is still curious, has not tried, does not know. So we can kind of clearly see, yeah, it's a nice decent sized island. Like I said, I have gone through 7 islands. This is the 7th, best one I've found so far. Now, one thing that is kind of a good to know thing, I'd say, is before you do start into a game, you can actually see a choreographed map layout of the islands you will be able to explore throughout your ventures through Stranded Deep areas. Now, it kind of goes on a grid map, and north is going to be at the top right. It's kind of hard if I can't show you right now, but let me go ahead and actually go back to the main menu. And let's see here. I'll just go ahead and show you firsthand. Makes it a little bit easier for those that need to see it. But yes, one of the most helpful tools, kind of knowing where you're going. So once you kind of load into things here, it's not going to have the continue game once you start a new game, obviously, but it's going to start from here. New game, 1 down, cartographer. choreographer. I don't know, I'm thinking dance stuff. But this is going to be your overall map of the world. Now, when it comes down to it, these guys are going to be boss islands. I'll get to those in a moment on explaining those, but in order to beat the game, you do have to take care of each boss. So, this is going to be the island that you are on. It's going to be marked in red. No matter what island you are on, it's going to light up that way. So this is going to be the start out island that you normally do start out on. This is all going to be randomly generated, so you can actually go back here, spawn a random world. You can actually do a new island and generate one of your own creation. Honestly, it's pretty fun, especially if you kind of want to set yourself off with a challenge, you know, or if you want to just kind of make things a little bit easier and quicker in the beginning. Your preference, you can set it how you'd like, or you can just take it as random, kind of more so how I do. It makes things a little bit more interesting, you know, more real life. You never know what you know, what type of island you're gonna land on. So, come what may, do what you will. So, that's gonna be one of your more helpful things. I'll go right back into it. So, as I was saying, you're gonna have that north at the top right corner. That is going to be your cardinal directions, because once you enter into the world, you're going to have a life raft start off. Once you get to your little island that you're actually going to be closest to, given the whole cutscene that I won't ruin for anyone who is still trying to basically feel out how this is going to be. I won't ruin that, spoils and all. But once you kind of come in here, let's see, I hit the wrong thing. But yeah, once you spawn in, the life raft is going to be one of your most important things starting off. And basically, it's going to kind of be anything that really will save you in case of an emergency, given that it has 3 things of rations that can come in handy for food and water purposes. So, this is kind of the island generator that I was talking about, so you can actually, as you see here, set the terrain, size of the island, everything like that. If you want it small, cool, you can make it small. If you want to make it big, you can go ahead and make it big. Apply changes, boom. And then you can also do the height of the terrain. It's basically going to be a little hilltop. It's not too much of a difference, but there's going to be other things such as items that you can place within. Now, I'm going to let you guys know that it will be basically a set limit on what you can place into the island. When it comes down to these items, trees, rocks, animals, shipwrecks, so be it. But the more you place in, you got to be careful with what you really want to spawn and how you want to really go about your start. Or honestly, you can place it on any island. It doesn't have to be just this one. So, if you'd like, you can set that to any island, or you can make every island that you come across. So if you wanted to sit here and just make that island right here instead of your start island, you know, have your random start island, venture over here to the one that you set to make sure you're good off for the next adventures over into nearby places, then you can. But let's go ahead and head back into the game here, see what we can do, kind of get a little progress going. So I did just finish up a Call of Duty stream, and honestly, I'm only going to do this for about maybe an hour and a half or so, given the time. It's a little late. Let's see what we can get done with the time I've got. So, like I said, starting off, you're going to want to make this first water still. It's going to be able to provide you with water, which obviously you can see I've got 4 bars, and before I did do anything, this is going to go ahead and make 1 drink. I know that pretty soon. But, let's see. I was working on a tower. I needed planks. I got to go sail for that. Let's see. That's probably going to be a little adventure in itself. And time is 7:12 in the morning. And food is perfect. Just need some water. So, one of the things you guys can do for water, honestly, start off with, and it's pretty nifty, coconuts. If you bust these guys twice with a hammer, 3 times with a refined knife, I believe 4 times with a stone tool, it'll bust open to a coconut drink. You can pick this sucker up, select it over here, give that a chug. Now you do not want to drink or eat more than 2 coconuts at a time. Now, when it comes down to eating, you can use this axe or knife, whatever you got. Honestly, I prefer the axe because it does less durability damage. So hit that 2-3 times, depending on where your harvest is at. You can get the coconut food. Like I said, you can use it for food. I don't need it at the current moment since my bar is full. But you can eat that. Might get you out of a pinch if you needed a little bit of time for something else to cook up. And then, like I said, don't ever do more than 2 because you will give yourself the runs, diarrhea. It's not fun. It's not pretty. We've all been there. We've all experienced it. I don't think our characters want to. Save them the ache and pain. But once you do get diarrhea, your water bar is going to drop drastically and quickly. So, with that, if you do end up having to sit here and come out of a pinch with that, you better hope it's raining. That's going to help a little bit when it comes down to collecting water. But you can wait it out just a little bit. I believe there's a time frame from when you're dehydrated and it hits 0 to when you actually die. It'll slowly drain your health bar, which is the heart right there. Mine's currently at 3 and slightly over because I was being reckless and took on some animals I probably shouldn't have just yet. But I came out victorious, so we're good. But that's a side note. Now, handling anything else is just kind of come as you may. You want to make sure you're prepared for things before you really kind of go to places. Like I said, kind of know your map, know where you spawned at, know what's around you, know which way you can venture, and which way you should kind of avoid until later. Because eventually we're going to just hit every island. Now, getting young palm trees, honestly, great pastime. Need to do it. Fibrous leaves, one of the most important things. Crafting lashings is going to be one of your best friends because they're literally used for almost everything that is of importance that is going to help you out throughout the game. I accidentally hit my freaking building here, so let me go back over here, and I'm going to go ahead and drop these guys. And give them a hammer, please. And gotta fix this guy. Totally missed it. There we go. But yeah. So let's try and kneel that. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Alright, so I guess I broke that hammer. Good thing I make backups. Okay. So, like I said, things get a little easier once you're a little further along in the game. However, it's always good to be prepared for when things just may get a little rough. And I mean, you might come across things as random storm out in the ocean while you're sailing. Has not happened to me just yet, so it's not pretty common occurrence. Or you just might come across a shark that's going to bump your boat. And like I said, it's better to have a kind of a raft like this sort of design on its basic, crude. Plan on upgrading. But however, with what I've got here, I've had sharks bump my boat, and so far no tip, no real threat. I sailed pretty decent given I have 2 sails. So I've seen sharks behind my boat a couple of times, but nothing too major. Alright, so water is decent. I'm gonna make a couple of coconut flasks here, just to make sure I am set off for my journey. And just go ahead and make this lashing real quick, because I am gonna need it. Yeah, 3 should do us fine. Actually, you know what? Let me see those real quick. Can I come over here, please? We are going to make some leather. And before I go anywhere, which is probably going to be tomorrow morning's venture. Yeah. see about making some tools. Let's see, we need some wood. Always in need of the wood. Yes, sir. Let's get this guy. And go ahead and try these guys. Almost got a rock stack. Okay, so take the axe. We're gonna come over this way because I don't feel like chopping down the trees around my area. So we're gonna make some coconut flasks and some tools. I'm gonna go ahead and get these guys ready. And honestly, this should be all that I about need. Let's drag this guy this way. And over here, yeah, this. Right now. This guy looking enough. Alright, sticks. Now give me a couple of these guys. Alright, let's go ahead and make those coconut flasks. This is gonna give us some water for our trip. And we can carry 3 right there. Good. Now, tools. Okay, I'm probably gonna need these guys right here. Now, we should have everything I believe that we need. So, let's see what we've got. Is our find axe crew? Oh. Do I not have the lashings? Could have sworn I had lashings in the end. Interesting. Wonder if they're using that. That's interesting. Okay, well, either way, let's go ahead and make that one tool. Threw me off a little bit there. A little bit through a loop. And see, not a tool, a weapon. Bow, arrow, lemon, planks. It is not used that, so I lost those somewhere and I gotta go find them and pick them up. Ooh. Let's see. Find spear. Yeah, spear. Yeah, okay. Yep, we're gonna make 2 of those. So let's get that, make another one of those, and I need a spear. Where are my weapons? Hell yeah, there we go. Okay, so quickly making something. Doop. Oh yeah, it's gonna be nice. I like it already. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I'll make a 3rd one. Why not? I do not have a 3rd. Oh, yes, I do. Okay, sweet. I guess I had them all along. I am tripping, guys. It is a, do I have enough? I do. Aha, make 4. There we go. PlayStation controls, I swear. Alright, crude spear. Good. Fishing spear. I'm gonna pick this guy up. Wait a show how that's done. Do I already have one? Yes, I do. This one. And don't believe I have any more. What you mean? Alright. So, first off on this one, water still. I'm going to use these guys, fill that up, and then that will fill again. And we're going to go ahead and take a quick drink. And then we're going to yeah, we're going to get out of the sun for a sec here. So far nothing here. That should be another goal I've got, but we're going to go ahead and start filling this soon. That's going to be for the furniture episode. Oh yeah, we're going to HGTV. But for now, SPF is going to go ahead and start refilling quite a bit here. Let's do that little white bar. Alright, there we go. Yeah, as you can see, once you got in the shade, SPF doesn't take too long to actually refill. So, good note on that. Let's see what I've got going on. Alright, so if this means correcto, and no, we've been to that island. How about this one? I do believe we have been to that one as well. I believe that's a boss. I'm definitely not at a level already for that one. This guy right here, though. Going northeast. Yeah, shouldn't be too bad. Okay, so let's start filling up a little better there. Yeah, let's go ahead. Why not? I know I've got a busted one. Let's do that one instead. Hopefully we don't got spoils. Because your food will spoil in the game. It honestly takes about 24 hours to 48 hours to do so. And go ahead and just drop that guy. Not gonna die anytime soon. And drop my extra lashing. And that should be good. Now, checking time, 15:23. Alright, so, we're going to get a couple things done around the island here first before we venture off. That is going to be a tomorrow morning thing, which should not take too long. I know I had some. Yeah, there we go. There's a hammer. Axe. Where is my axe? I know I had another one. I swear, I lose tools. It's just too easy in this game. Alright, get some fibrous leaves. And probably fish for a sec here. Like I said, always good to have lashings. So if you can, stock up because they can run sparse pretty quick depending on what you're trying to do. Usually that's going to be the thing that takes a multiple to make one, and then it takes multiple to apply it to usually anything you're doing. A lot of the bigger things you'll usually take 3. Let's go ahead and get this guy going. And with these, get another rushing made here. And check this. Yeah, so prepping some lashings just in case I need them for anything else in the future. Go ahead and take that stick while I'm over here. Alright, any more young palms that I can find are going to be super helpful here. I believe I've got most of them. Yeah, not yet. And do know that there is a yucca behind me, which can also bear about 6 of these guys. But I'm just trying to make sure I got all these guys first on the ground. Make what I can here. Okay. Alright, now nifty trick. You can honestly look at them, go to the crafting menu, X, and boom, create. But as soon as you don't have enough to make the next item, you gotta pick up the rest. So that way I'm not just eating coconuts. Oh no, it's diarrhea. So it's not a fun thing. Oh, cannot make that eat. Okay. Too much in my inventory. Do believe my health is still training. Let's see, poisoning. Okay, guess I gotta make an antidote. Let's see what that's gonna freaking take. I should have done this a little bit earlier. Did not notice I had that health effect going on. Okay, so if I'm trying to make an antidote. And there's a pea plant. Okay, there should be a good amount of those. Hopefully my guy can sit here and last till morning. If not, we are going to have to try this again. Okay, let's check this out. Alright, so I should at least have hopefully one bar still. I might be able to make it back to home base. There might be some baby plants over there. I'm going to need every ounce I can get when it comes down to surviving here. So let's fill up on water. And then food should be good. Take out one of these coconuts here. Bust this bad boy open. Make sure that is good to counteract the effects. As long as my bars are above 5 notches, then that health is going to counteract and respawn a little bit faster than I'm dying. So hopefully, I'm just gonna start picking these things just for the heck of it, because apparently I need that. That's good. Rest here and sleep. We're not gonna save just in case I die. I gotta get a save spot, so take it from here. Okay, so let's see where our health is at. Health is still about the same area, so that's good. Hasn't dropped much, but now we need to eat something. And we need a little bit of water. So I'm going to take a couple of drinks here. Make sure we're good. I'm going to bust this guy. There we go. Okay, now fill this bad boy. I can put one more. Good. Wasn't sure if it was going to be 3 or 4. Let's just take an extra drink, make sure we're topped off. Alright, now it's going to be time for some fishing because we do need to get some food in us. Make sure we're set on that. I'm not going to be touching those rations. That's why those things are freaking gold. I'm in tight spots. Let's see here, but I think it's going to be much easier if I do this with a fishing spear. Alright, hopefully there are no sharks. Let's get a couple of fish going here. Gotcha. Trick to fishing. Find where they're going. As soon as they meet, that's when you want to stab. These little guys are going to be the hardest ones, but I apparently make it look a little easy today. Now, the trick when it comes down to the sharks in this game, I have read and found out, is that when you are in the water, make sure you have the open area of the water deepest end to your front. Sharks apparently a lot of times like to come from behind and from underneath, so stay shallow, keep the deep end to your front. As long as you do that, most sharks should kind of just stay at a distance and just really just check you out, see what's up. If you're not splashing too much or staying in the water for too long, you want to do the fishing pretty quick. As long as you're not staying in the water too long, you don't really have any issues with them. They leave you alone. So, let's see here. Skin these guys. Get some food going. Here. And this is pretty much going to be all of our food for the venture. Now, I'm going to go ahead and reattach this guy. I'm just going to do medium on there as well. Let them all sit there. Got about 2 sticks here. I won't even use both, but we're going to do that. Grab that kindling. And start some nice fire here. Once we get that going, this is all going to start cooking at the same time. So instead of those little separate ding-ding-dings, we're going to actually just get one big ding and then a ding separate for the medium meat because it obviously, yes, will take longer. Alright, so checking this out. Since that is good, we should be set. This. See this we're going to drink because I learned the first time that I am not going to sit here and break apart my house for a coconut. I can tell you those hammers are way too valuable. Alright, now I did say that you shouldn't eat coconuts more than 2 in a row, but once some time passes, you're usually safe to do so if you're kind of in a pinch, or if you're like me, I want to stay above 5 bars because if my health drop below any further, I'm going to die. But right now I'm literally just kind of counteracting the effects of some poisoning, because my totally awesome, amazing smartness and all my glory. Not really, I'm humble. I'm pretty dumb at most things. Decided to step on a purple starfish, and that is kind of numero uno number 1 not to do unless you want to get poisoned. But I made a mistake while I was swimming out fishing one time and got myself poisoned apparently. So that is going to be priority number 1 to go ahead and fix. Alright, big ding for the small meat, so we are set on these guys. Boom. Ah, I did not want to put that. I swear.
And it is the hardest thing to get this.
Alright. And this guy is still cooking. Alright. Eat that, make sure I'm staying there. The rest is going to be saved for a trip. And we do have our coconut flask for 3 drinks of water. Make sure we're up on that. And while we are waiting on this, we're going to top that off and just 10, 11 so far. Going on 10:30 here. Killing time till the meat is done. So, once that is done, I'm going to have to actually start backtracking here, checking the islands that I have already been to. Hopefully, they will have some PP plant, which I can then use to make some antidote. I believe that and a coconut flask are going to be exactly what I need, which I do have 3 of, so should be good. So this medium meat, which we're going to need for that adventure, is done. We are set. And as soon as I start walking away, that's, yep, exactly when it's going to be done. Get some Alright, so, we gotta find 2 plants. We'll be able to do so. Save my butt from becoming a dead man. Alright, cooked medium meat, that is set as well. We're gonna not drop that, because that will go bad out in the sun. Fishing rod. And we're gonna just put the meat, there we go. Not that, not that. Drop that. And from here, I am not really gonna need the axe on this adventure, because I'm just trying to get a plant. And I'm backtracking. But, you know. Ah, yes, one of those guys. That is the one I probably stepped on getting off of my raft. It's gotta be careful, doing rash here. Open. Yeah. Gotta secure this hanger. Trip a little bit. It's alright, because it's in too. Let's turn this back around. Some sound distortion. Alright, so on here we're going to hold to operate, and this is why you want your sails where they're at on my craft, is because, boom, you do not have to stop operating in order to get these sails going. And then the canopy in the center provides you SPF protection. So as we can see, it's not too bad. Honestly, with one sail we are a bit slower, but with 2 sails we go decently fast. Now honestly, like I said, sharks have tendencies to come up from underneath and sides and the back. Honestly, the only one that likes to really do the sides and under is going to be the great white, but that guy right there, the hammerhead, and others, such as the tiger shark, I believe, are going to be the ones that try to come at you from the flank. So they will try to come at you from the rear, and as long as they cannot do that, you should be safe. But, like I said, no adventure is going to be 100% foolproof. But this is honestly why you want a raft instead of the life raft. Is because the life raft is literally just an inflatable donut sitting in the open ocean. So, a shark will come along and easily tip that over. Once you have an actual wood raft, at least built up to a decent standard, does not have to be exactly like my design here. You are free to do as you wish. But as long as you kind of have a square design and decent buoyancy here, surface area, they just tend to be docile and will just bump you but can't flip you. So, should be safe so far. I've honestly ventured to 7 islands and have not been tipped by a shark. Alright, so getting there, but ever so slowly. Just need to find this plant so that I can heal myself of this poison and start doing more important things. And we have hit a rock. That is splendid. Awesome. Great. Yes. That's exactly what I would love to do right now. Is be on top of a rock. There we go. Yeah, let me go, you jerk. I gotta sit here and turn this thing around. Ooh, there we go. faster here. That way I'm not catching too much speed. Hey, I wonder, can I kind of flip this thing? Boop. Okay, yeah, no. Little turn, full stop. Got it. Cannot do like they do in Pirates of the Caribbean. Okie dokie. See, y'all learn new things. So, watch is beeping, so as soon as I am beached, I'm gonna check out what's going wrong here. It's probably my health bar, given the fact that I am poisoned. Looks like got some rain, possibly. So, yeah, health bar is now fallen below 2. So we definitely need to start looking for this plant. This is really what we're looking for, little patches like these guys. Hopefully gonna come across a PP plant. Hopefully. If not, I'm gonna start over and try this search again. But I will spare you guys that. We'll pick up where I left off after being cured. Now this is aloe vera, not what I'm looking for. I need sun protection, man. I need poison stuff. Aha! Alright, so we have found one of what we are looking for. Now, we're on the right track. We need to find one more. If there's one, there might be more. Not look for stuff. Holy shoot, I did not know you guys were still here. It's bad. I'm trying to do stuff right now, and you're trying to attack me. It's not fair, buddy. I got a spear, but I'm just not trying to get messed up right now. I'm already dying. Okay. No. Alright, no. Just, no. Come on, yellow plant, where are you at? You still chasing me? No? Okay, good. We're looking, what we're getting. So far, just one. Oh man, fingers crossed we actually find this plant. Not much. It's not the plant I'm looking for. Jiggy. Yep. We know. We gotta. Woola. Oh yeah, I can find 2 of those, but I can't find 2 of the one I actually need. This is horrible, guys. Can I pull this off? What do I got? Jeez, I'm drastically losing health now. I may have to do this again. This is gonna be horrible, but now I know where at least one of them is. Ah, crap. And that is why, because you guys keep freaking attacking me. Alright, so we've got one. Make it back to the raft. Oh, duke you out. Football, bro. Whoop. Hell out of here. Check everything I can. Make sure I didn't miss anything before I leave, because you never know. If you miss something, that can be the end of the game for you. Alright, so I've got 1 to 2. Let's get the hell out of here. That is not a good thing. Alright, so this may happen, but honestly, pick it up, pop this sucker right back in. And we're gonna try it again. Yeah, throw that sucker right there. And this right here going. Get some more pull. There we go. Alright, and we're gonna go back to our island. Hopefully we've got something there that we can search. This sail is not working the way I like. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and snack up real quick. Ooh, I kind of flipped out the boat there. that is bad. That's bad. Very good. Lower these sails here. Yep, we got 1 bar of health. We really need to get the hell out of here and back home. Alright, should be good. Should be good. Let's dodge. Excuse my French. Are we really still on the rock, bro? It's not cool. And come on. We are literally going nowhere, guys. This is not good. Let's get out. Check what's up. Shoot out. Let's not spill my cargo. Alright, we've got this. We've got this. We are out on sea. Let's do it. Get back to home base here. I believe it's home base. I hope it's home base. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Should be. Yep, we are drastically losing it. Alright, so this bad boy is gonna need some agua. That's not a good idea when we are going. Okay, this guy. Yeah, nothing to see any sharks. It's a little dim, but you can still sometimes see. Just a little shadow. Where you guys at? I know you're there. I know you're there. Where you at? You're falling over there. Alright. So the sharks don't make an appearance today. We got the hammerhead earlier. Alright, let's get into this over here. See if we can do my thing again. Alright, gotta watch out with these rocks here. Right. This beach spot. Yes, sir. That's what we're doing. And I've lost my light because the boating takes some serious time. It's never really super fast until you get the right stuff. Okay. You need a motorboat. You need a motorboat. We are trying to counteract what's going on here. We really need that other plant. So, hopefully, let's check the raft here. We might have something to use for some light and go searching real fast to attempt to save our lives last minute. Yes, we do, folks. Perfect, and that's why you want to search underneath the waves. You can find some seriously awesome stuff that can help you out. Desperate, frantic. That is not the right plant. Search for the yellow pink plant. Aha! And we have found it, folks. We've now found it, and we are going to make this flask and cure this poison. It'd be good for our happy long lives. Yes. Alright, yes. And as you can see, now we don't have the poison effect. We have the status of healthy. Oh, thank the Lord. Here we go. And from there, folks, we have now saved our lives. And our health will now start increasing. So, once you have successfully killed yourself of a poison, apparently needs 2 PP plants and a coconut flask, which I just already have made because I was planning on venturing out anyways. You should be pretty much good to go. Now, take this guy because it's still full. And now that we are cured, I am going to still have that sound distortion, so I'm going to go ahead and sleep to get us into daylight. And then right after that, we're going to go ahead and save since we got ourselves fixed up. And back on. Save. That notification. Boom. And let's go ahead and see if we can do this without closing out the game here. Okay. Sounds like everything's a little bit back to normal on that part. Audio sounds a little better on our end here. Okay, so day 19, let's see. Let's go ahead and continue here. So far, for the unfortunate circumstance that we were unfortunately poisoned, we had to take a side detour, make an antidote. It's got 2 PP plants. Got that coconut flask. Got that meat up. Took that antidote. We are now healthy and a little bit better. Health is just a little above where it was last night. We're going to drink some water, eat some food. That should, since I actually have some water, get us back up to full health here. So let's pick up a couple of these guys. Just need 4 of you. Thank you. Behind me. Put you guys down right here. Let that do its thing. And what can we do about food? We've not had a coconut this day, so we're gonna bust open one of those bad boys. And I need to make a refined knife. There we go. And cut this guy open. Yeah. Should have honestly drank that first before just eating it. Even I do not have everything just streamlined just yet with my priorities straight. And I almost whacked it again. Okay, so get this guy, drink, drop, and we're just gonna go ahead and leave that right there. Less chance of spoiling. Okay, so we have 5 bars on that, so health is gonna start to increase a bit by bit. Come over here, because I know I got, 2 things good. Now that is full, so that's good. And cooked medium meat. Take up this bad boy, select that, eat it. Everything's back at full, so that health bar should start regenerating fairly quick. I'm gonna avoid that purple guy down there. And I'm gonna fish over here. Now, there are a couple of things that can do that poison effect to you. A night snake is one of the main ones that can kind of get you if you are not careful. I'm breaking my own rule here. A little bit more shallows. And some air quick. Oh, wow, I have 4 underwater. Dude, if I have not seen it all, this is the day. Another meat underwater. Moors. Yeah, now I got Bless you, little crab. No. I need that. And this, yeah, there we go. Alright, sometimes you get those type of spaces. I want something more than just one piece of idiot meat. Hey, I wonder. I cannot interact with you, but you are so beautiful to look at anyways. Yeah, yep, that much. Alright, let's get some here real quick. Yeah, act like it's so bad. Yeah, I'm gonna kill off all the crabs here. Some for that reproduction, I'm saying. Yeah, gotcha. I think a discus is a small meat. You guys aren't threatening. Let's get the archer. And one more for good luck. Aha, yes. This is also one of the things that can kind of poison you right down up in there. That is going to be a lionfish, and those things are going to, just like in real life, mess you up. Okay, let's get a little thing going over here. And once we've got some food going, should have enough to stock up on here. Yep, got 3 bars of health there now, so that's coming back steadily. Drop this bag, boy, because I do not need it. Let's get this guy down. And I'm gonna need that Kindle for my unorganized, chaotic mess there. Set up. And let's drop these bad boys. Oh yeah, I realize I got 4 archer fish. Hey, more the merrier. Just the more you're gonna be stocked up.
Oh,
So we're gonna skin these guys. Get some stuff set for an adventure. Explore a new island. Now that I don't have to backtrack. And just get one more. 'Cause I know that crab to my left is already gonna be used. Oh, I guess not. Alright. Sweet. One more. Alright, now that we've got that, let's get everything set up here. I can do meat part. 5 up here. I ended up putting that back down. Taking that back out. And go to this one, and I did not know you could do this until like yesterday, so pop that 6th one down there. Once those guys are done cooking, I'm gonna get some fibrous leaves in the meantime. But once those guys are done cooking, that's when we've got hopefully enough to go out on a real adventure instead of going back for some plants and making antidotes. So let's get these guys. I want one of these. I need 3. Yeah, let's go ahead, go. Fine knife, because mine's at 30%. Got it. Alright. Fibrous leaves. Is what I need. So we're gonna chop down a few of these little young palms. And I'll pick that right now. This. See what SPF is at. It's not too bad. Got some time on that. Try and venture out to a new island here tonight for you guys. let's go together here. Sounds good. Thank you. Last time you spawned the leaf inside the rock, you couldn't get it. And I'll make one of those that I can right now. Got my dings, so I know some of my meat's ready. Should be the small meats that were on there. Okay, pretty small meat. Small meat. Yeah, we don't gotta eat one of those right now. Need more water though. Making sure that health is regenerating as fast as it can. I guess I will need just one of these guys right now. Keep on top of that. 5 bars of health, 3 of SPF. And we are gonna go get some more stuff for some more lashings, because you obviously cannot have enough, as I have a super stock here. I wouldn't say super stock, more like regular stock, but let's get it. I guess some time for that medium meat. Usually takes about twice as long as small cooked meat. Grab a couple of these guys for the road. And it's already... Yes, I do. And we got our dings for the medium meat. Okay, let's see here. So, take this quick medium meat once I actually got the space for it. Drop these guys. Honestly, the hardest thing is getting the meat there. Okay, so we've got the meat, we've got a couple of other things. Let's get these guys made up. And 2 more coconut flasks. Perfect. Got 3 total here. Yeah, I might make a 4 just in case. You never know. You never know what you're gonna come across, and you honestly just want to be as prepared as you can. I'd say the surprises in this game tend to be not as good as they should. Alright, let's go with that. There we go. Let's see where we're at. A little water wouldn't hurt, but I think we should be good. Let's get out of the sun here. Alright, so taking a look at what we got. Let's take this guy now. So, I believe west on the map is still a good area to go to. I'm not trying to hit those boss islands. Still want to steer a little clear of those for a while. Just until you know you are set to actually take on one of those monstrous beasts. Alright. So, that might be one that I've already searched. It's definitely one. Should have someone northwest, but let's take a peep-see over here. Make sure it's done. Shade. Pay attention to that. Just because I'm able to. Might be a northeast thing. Let's see if that's not an island I already haven't found. Alright, so one thing to note when you're always planning to venture out, if you head in a certain direction, as you can see, red's going to be your destination, blue's going to be your way home. So, if I am going to go ahead and head northeast, I want to make sure I'm going southwest to make sure I get back to here in order to save things like that, and my dumbass decided to fall off instead of just climb down. But that's my Call of Duty instincts kicking in here. So, let's take it a step here. I want to eat that guy, make sure that bar's passed up. Get this going. Chop this one right here. Take that one. Take that too. Switch to you. Break this down. And we're gonna put these bad boys right here to make some water. Like I said, the most useful tool. Kid you not. You cannot get enough water in this game. And we should be good. We're gonna drop this bad boy here. And just to make sure I can get things that I'm gonna need and not take up a bunch of room. I'm gonna drop this guy here. Give me 3 spaces. And let's see if we can actually make a tool belt. Let's see, where are those guys at? Alright, so we need a cloth and a lashing, but I know I've got all that. So look here, make that. Okay. And tool pouch. Okay. Need more cloth for that one. And that means a loom. So, Northeast Island. Alright. It's gonna be an adventure, guys. Alright. Wait this out until first light, then we're gonna venture out. I'm gonna get this raft set into position. Get some of these crates taken off. Make sure I don't take anything I don't need. That one has my weapons, so I guess that one's staying. Yeah, we can take you out. Let's just drag you this way, buddy. Right up in this little cabin. And set this guy down. I'm alright with losing some weapons, not alright with losing the rocks. Those things have proven to be gold. More or less I can lose any of that stuff, so let's see here. This is kind of more stuff that I am gonna need. So I'm just gonna push you right over here on the beach for right now. So you ain't going anywhere. See, this is a definite. There's gonna be chain parts for a boat motor I have been waiting to be able to make. I'm just missing one little thing. Let's see. Let's do the same thing. And I'm stuck somehow. There we go. Stuck on the floor of my boat. Okay, so those guys are good. Let's get you set into place. Set down the anchor. Yes. Do not do as I do. Here we go. Got all that. Always set down an anchor. But perfect. The raft is actually facing the direction I can work with. Okay, so let's put this bad boy away. Get these guys in the house. Give some time till dark, because honestly, if you fall asleep anytime sooner than 10, it's probably going to put you a little bit ahead of the crack of light. So, walk this backwards, dead body. But yes, these things you honestly will acquire over time once you start looting under the waters, in the shipwrecks, plane wrecks. Honestly, there's a bunch under there. It's the vast open sea. Anything that you see kind of sticking out of the water, and usually next to islands is where things will be. Things like that. These guys, you can usually go down, check things out, grapple a couple of things that are going to be super helpful and very important when it comes down to progressing throughout the game. I had one more box. There we go. And when it comes down to a lot of things, they're honestly just, they're godsends. They get you through the game. It gets a lot of easier as you go along. You honestly do not have to worry about a lot of things that we will eventually cover in these videos. Let's see, we've got the time, 18, okay. OCD kicking in there. Alright, drop it. Drag it. Boom. Boom. Yeah, controls are a little funny when it comes down to console version for this, but yeah, get used to it. I'd be too overly OCD here. I'm just gonna stack these guys out. Hey man, if you want to go in front, you can be my guest. Go in front, I don't care, but I just need you all in a little area of the frickin' shack. Yeah, you just sit like that. That's fine. I'm not too worried about that. Okay, that should be... Now it's 19:07. We're gonna see where this puts us at. It's probably gonna be just a little bit dark, but not too bad. Haha, earned a trophy, day 20. There we go, first time for everything, guys. Okay, yeah, so as you can see, went to bed a little early, still a little dark. We're pretty close to sunrise, though, given it kind of happens around, I believe 6:30, 7 o'clock. But as you can see, moon's going down pretty quick, so ain't gonna take too long here. But we're gonna go ahead, see where we are at on a bunch of stuff, grab some water here real quick, drink this, and there we go. And that meat that we made, gonna go ahead and eat one of those. Medium meat's gonna put us right back. Put that bad boy away. We have got some refined spirits and a crude spear, not to mention the container over here does have some spears, I believe 3 in here, I'm hoping. Can I get on the raft? Thank you. Yeah, 3, so should be alright. Okay, so we want to head northeast. We are going to be heading to this island over here. Like I said, let's go ahead and operate this rudder here. And we're going to raise the anchor. Get these sails going. Just going to take one off because we will turn quicker with just one sail rather than 2. Get us over there. See what we come across. Hopefully this is not an island that I have already searched. But I have a very big telltale when it comes down to that is I chop down a lot of trees. So it's gonna take a minute to get us over there. Let's see. this. Now, if you guys have any questions, comments, or if you're curious about anything, or just want to know how to make anything, feel free to just go ahead and comment, and I can go ahead and reply as quickly as I can. And to the best of my knowledge, I'm fairly decent when it comes down to Stranded Deep. I know I just made it to 20 days, but honestly, I haven't been kicking it pretty hard when it comes down to this game. Honestly, survival games are pretty much one of my favorite types besides RPGs. So, like I said, if you guys got any questions, comments, or have any requests or anything else like that you'd like to see me build, like me to do an episode on, I am on pretty frequently. Try to do this multiple times throughout the week and upload multiple videos at least about an hour or two long, just given the fact that it does take a few hours just to get past tutorial openings, things like that. Especially when it comes down to gathering necessities, all of that, it may take a few, but I will try and show you the quickest and fastest way to get things done. And let's go ahead and see over here. I wonder if we have a shark following. Nothing looks like. I can honestly say, you know, the sharks are pretty intimidating first off in the game because you do only have the life raft really to kind of go venturing with water with, which I honestly do not recommend because they will tip over like I've said earlier in the video. But once you get past that initial point, honestly, they are not too bad. They tend to be pretty funny and more interesting, honestly, pretty majestic with how just the game really did with the graphics and everything. Won't even lie, I'm honestly curious to see how it plays on a PC. Unfortunately, I just have the console version for right now. But future dreams. Let's go ahead and see what we are at here. I do not believe I have been to this island just as of yet, but if that counter on the watch hits 8, then we are on a new island and we can kind of check things out. Okay, let's see this here. Reach up. There we go. Let's get this guy kicked down. Honestly, one of the things that I've just come to learn when it comes down to sailing, I know I did not do it earlier in the video, but honestly I have built more of a habit out of it, is when you are done sailing, do not release from the operation of the boat with controlling the rudder. Make sure you kind of put your sails up first, just in case, because if you do fall off by mistake, this guy is going to take off unless it is pointed in the direction of a beach. So it's a good way to lose a raft. Honestly, I have had to start restart a game just because I did lose that raft. Unfortunately, I did not have a save point. One of those gamers that was hard learned. Gotta save often. But let's go ahead and check the counter here on the watch, and it looks like this might be an island that I have been on before, but we're gonna take a quick peek around to see what we've got here. Aha, and I'm already spotting planks, which is one of the things I do need to finish out my tower. Back on my island, let's get those bad boys real quick. One of the bigger dangers of islands that you do come across is going to just be the overall wildlife. So if you see a small pig like this guy here, it's something you might want to stay away from because there usually tends to be a bigger parent somewhere nearby. Now, another thing that's going to be pretty common amongst islands once you start venturing out is these giant crabs here. Honestly, they have a big detection radius. From my experience, as you see, I didn't get too close, and this guy's already on me. And they are pretty dang persistent, and if not killed quickly, they can hurt fairly decent. Their damage is not too big. They can be easily handled as long as you got a decent spear. It's more so with a crude spear. I don't recommend doing it with an axe. You can get away with it, but it's not something you want to make a habit out of. If you do end up skinning this guy, which I'm not going to do right now, you can get 2 medium meat from it. That's the only thing it is going to drop, is just that medium meat. And I need to drop something here real quick. But yeah, other than that, you know, they're not too much of a threat. But if you do end up venturing past when you feel you should, honestly, you just shouldn't too early on in the game. Grab this guy here real quick. That's what I was talking about. That's gold. You just don't want to venture out too quick. You want to make sure you are prepared, and I cannot stress that part enough. I've done it. It's horrible. You end up on an island. You do it at the wrong time. If it's nighttime, you can't really see much. I've been attacked by snakes, boars, and those giant crabs all in one go. First island I tried to venture to. Yeah. And needless to say, I got back on my life raft and tried to sail back home, and that's when a hammerhead decided to bump my boat over. So like I said, as soon as you can get a wood raft, huge benefit, sailing becomes much easier. Let's go back over here. Let's see. So if I have got that, let's drop this bad boy down, see what we have gotten from it. Air tank, definitely useful. That's useful for sure. And this is food. It's going to be hella useful. So if I come into a tight pinch when I'm not right now, that's going to be some useful stuff right there. That might have that boat part. But hey, like I say, the more the merrier. Okay, so exactly why I designed the craft the way I did, is to make sure I could carry these things back to my home base island if need be. So let's get this out of my hands here real quick, because that's kind of getting in the way. There we go. Let's get you better on the boat here. I'm trying to make it perfect, but I do need you to sit tight because I don't feel like fixing you later. There we go. Alright, so we're gonna get back out here. Got some yucca plants on this island. Honestly, I might make a second base here. This would be pretty neat. Got some birds. Can do a bird snare. A giant crab. Not too bad on the wildlife with the danger level. Yeah, hi little guy. Yeah, you do that. Already killed your buddy on the other side. You wanna go too? Yeah, that's what I thought. So, alright, so not too interesting of an island, but I'm gonna just take a peek under the water over here real quick. Keep my spear handy, because you never know when the shark's gonna show. Let's get over here. Like I said, when it comes down to searching waters and everything, you want to keep that open ocean, if not in front of you, to your side, where you can quickly see to. So like I said, most sharks will try and flank you from the side or the back, or underneath, in the case of if you unfortunately have a great white on you. Some sharks will be a little bit more passive, some more aggressive. As you can see, we've got one big boy right down there. Not sure if that's going to be a black reef tip shark, but I hear those ones on an update have become aggressive. So, as you can see, he's not really doing too much. He's just kind of lurking about. Need him to leave the area a little bit. I want to check things out in here. See what's up. You know what I'm saying? And he's not coming back yet. Let's get this guy. I cannot get up. We got some freaking tires. Heck yes, that's gonna be awesome. Don't need them right now, but right in the future. Okay, let's get over here. Shallow water. See what we got from that. So yes. Honestly, I'm one of those, I'll admit, I have an innate fear of sharks. It's not something I ever want to come across in real life. I love them, respect them, but I also fear what they can do. Aha, light torch. Got me a flashlight instead of a lantern. Alright. Before I get it, no, I can go back, put that one back in here. But yes, so, like I said, it's really kind of random what you find in those. But a lot of the times it can be super useful stuff. Go over here, grab this corrugated metal, or scrap metal, and jump back over here. This is going to be a wood pile right there. Honestly, break it down, get some wood. I find it more effective just to have a tree. It's a tall palm tree with 3 or 4 segments. 3 or 4 segments gives you 12 to 14 pieces of wood. So that guy, maybe 7. Okay, so we are going to what did I do? There you are. Didn't put you on a boat. Should have put you on a boat. Let's go down here. Wrong buttons, man. Yeah, let's try it again. Pop that in there too. And so we're at good. Okay, and wait time. 13. Okay, so about 1 o'clock. Let's go to the rock, because rocks are very importante. Let's stick. What else can we kind of find around here? Do you kind of want to look everywhere in everything, you know, where you can? Just because, like I said, anything you can find, honestly, you can come across the thing that's gonna make that difference. Sometimes in those life and death situations. Not seeing any ripples out here. So sometimes when you're looking out into the ocean, you can find some certain splash marks. That's gonna be helpful because usually that kind of tells where there's something in the water that's kind of creating a disturbance, and you can go down and loot some things out. Alright, so I wonder if I should go down up in there. Ah, I'm feeling bold tonight. Let's do it. Okay. Don't believe send your shark was this way. Oh, it's a much bigger boat. Much bigger boat. Okay. So let's think about this one. Alright. Let's see here. And I'm just gonna want that guy real quick. I can pick up some stuff. So let's go ahead and put these guys in here. Ah, see, spoiled. Crap. That's gonna leave me high and dry when it comes down to food. Let's keep those guys right there. Don't need that. But it gives me an idea. Sometimes you gotta be a little bit smart. Gotta pay some tribute to the sharks. Let's get away from the area I'm diving at. Down over here. Yeah, put that right there. Attract some sharks that way. I'm gonna skip that damn purple starfish there. It's gonna poison me, and I don't want to have to go and collect those plants again. Such a hassle. 2 days. Gone. Down the drain. Okay. Air tank. We got this. We got this. Fade out. We should be good. Unfortunately, I can't hold this spear and this at the same time, which is redundant because you can totally do it in real life. Okay, let's get down in here. See what we've got. Doesn't look like anything here, which is so weird. Use that air tank here real quick. Just keep going. Just keep going. Oh my god, there's a fucking shark there. Alright. Well, seems like we've got ourselves a visitor. Yeah, I see you. I see you. I ain't going nowhere. Ah, and I just touched something I shouldn't have. poison again, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. Fuck up here and get to... Yeah, get to shore. Get to shore. Get to shore. No more shark. No more shark. That's not good. Yep, poisoning. Alright, well, at least I know ahead of time and I have a full bar of health. So, be collecting. And that is worth having this freaking down. You get poisoned by a freaking sea cucumber or whatever it's gonna be down there. Yeah, it's not what I'm looking for. I'm finding a bunch of those. Alright, so we've got every other thing. Yeah, not the one I need. No? Okay. No. We've got this. Boys and girls, let's see if we can do this. So... Come on. So. I like that crab. That one actually went. He stayed away. I think we realized I killed his buddy. And we're back at this. I was gonna probably take my time with it. Don't have to worry about it too much right